Hi, my name is Cheryl Batts, and I'm founder and president of People Helping Others Excel by Example, P.H.O.E.B.E for short. Our history goes back almost 20 years. P.H.O.E.B.E has preserved, protected, and promoted the African American history and culture of Hot Springs by exhibiting, lecturing, and writing books. However, our path changed recently when we were given a house. Not just any house, but a historic house, a contributing structure to history, the John Lee Webb House, 403 Pleasant Street, Hot Springs. This house, where John Lee Webb and his family lived in Hot Springs, remains a focal point as a contributing structure in the Pleasant Street Historic District and the Gateway community. It has been known for many years as the John L. Webb House and was home to the Webb family for almost 30 years, from the early 1920s through the 1950s. John Lee Webb was a visionary leader and creative genius who used his intelligence, integrity, amazing self-taught organizational skills, business sense, and love of his people to reshape the architecture of Hot Springs, Arkansas, and much of the entire southern region of this country. Our mission, a focused fundraising campaign to restore and rehabilitate this historic building. We want this house off of Arkansas's most endangered places, restored and seen as a tourist destination and a learning center. We have enough assets to create an art gallery of our city's Black history and culture. We will work with local artists to enhance the viewing pleasure of everyone who visits. We want to be available for community use, and we are especially passionate about all of our youth and will continue to help them develop and learn life skills, research, document, and film oral histories in the future Cornelius LaRon Hollenshed Learning Center. We believe John Lee Webb should be celebrated for his legacy of love for youth and their education, a legacy that is continued today by P.H.O.E.B.E.
My experience with P.H.O.E.B.E started when I was about in junior high school, and we wanted to go out in the community and talk to the elderly and see what exactly it was to be a Hot Springs resident, and what it entailed when the market was booming and Black businesses and Black teachers and leaders were proud and very active and able to come out and place a mark upon the children and the youth being raised in that society.
I first became involved with P.H.O.E.B.E, the Uzuri project, as a very young child. I was about 10 years old, maybe 12 years old, and really didn't understand what it all meant at the time. I learned so many important lessons about life and about being a part of that history and capturing that history.
Speaking to many individuals like Miss Hilda Martin back in the day really gave me a sense of pride and knowing where we came from and knowing about what Mr. Webb was doing for the community really uplifted my spirit, and one of my goals was to one day eventually do what I can to help the youth that come up behind me.
You get to experience more and see the Black history behind it. Like, one time we interviewed somebody and I didn't even know anything about them, which made it even more awesome because I just found out more stuff about them.
It enhances me as a student because the more history I know, the better off I'll be in life, in my school life.
I think it was really important when we got into like our community and stuff, because it got me, again, more open-minded, and it was really just such a great experience.
I became involved through my godfather, Cornelius LaRon Hollenshed, and he was very passionate about children and about this project and about preserving our history and about building the community. And so that's really what the John L. Webb House is about, to preserve our history and continue to document and build our history and to build our community.
Keeping alive the Webb House and starting and building a strong institute for the youth of learning and understanding, going out and establishing morals and strong self-worth, having self-respect, and just really a good shot in the arm for the youth of this community is very important.
We need to revitalize this building. This building would provide a safe haven for the youth of Hot Springs to come, to be educated on the history of Hot Springs, where they can share, where they can learn, where they can grow, and give back to the community. It would also be a place where our elders, those who have lived in the community for years, can come and share with the youth that are coming to the John L. Webb House during this time.
It is a great page in history, in Arkansas history, in African American history. It is a page that had been left out for a very long time, but thanks to P.H.O.E.B.E, that page has been rediscovered, and with the John L. Webb House being refurbished, this kind of makes it a very, very important part for Arkansas and American history again.
In order to make the Webb House still happen and still be alive in this community, we need each and every one of your support, whether it be financial support, volunteering, or what have you. I urge everyone to stand behind the Uzuri project and what P.H.O.E.B.E does for renovations to the Webb House.
I can't say enough about being a part of this, and I'm excited that we're now on the move to bring this John L. Webb House back to life. He had the vision. This is the vision we want to continue, and we want to continue with it, the John L. Webb House, the historic district of Hot Springs, Arkansas.
I'd ask that you think real hard and dig deep and give to this very, very worthy cause. The John L. Webb House has great history, great significance for Hot Springs and Arkansas and for the African American community, and I think it will make all of us very proud. So give and know that it's a great investment for Hot Springs, for Arkansas, and most important, for the youth of Hot Springs and Arkansas.
We think that what P.H.O.E.B.E's doing for the John Lee Webb House is going to be a wonderful project for this community, and it might be the very thing that's going to set off for the whole area to be redeveloped and come alive again the way it used to be back in the old days. And I just salute what they're doing and hope everyone wants to jump in and do something to help them.
And I'm going to agree with her.
Here we have a little pamphlet for the John Webb House. It's going to be, it was like this so far, so now we're going to try to turn it up to nice and nice and yeah.
When people of the community can come together and join hands to make this structure, the John Lee Webb home, the restoration of it a reality. It's exciting, it's beautiful. It's a good thing to do.